morning, Cardinals fans. Welcome back to the About Last Night series. I'm Tara Wellman, and I cover the St. Louis Cardinals for BirdsOnTheBlack.com, as well as right here on YouTube. Every week, in fact, pretty much every day, you'll see a new video from me, and my goal is always to keep you in the loop and entertained. So I would love it if you would subscribe, join the party. We're a crazy little family, but I love that all of you are here. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on the notifications if you want to find out every time there is a new video so you can come right back here and be in the know and have a good laugh or just some coffee with me. So grab your coffee, let's get started because we have a lot to talk about from last night. The Cardinals took the field last night with their first chance to win a series against the visiting Milwaukee Brewers, their NL Central rivals, at least for 2019, and it was Daniel Ponce de Leon who was on the mound fresh up from AAA Memphis to make the spot start. A walk to Christian Yelich, noted Cardinals killer in the first inning, could have put Ponce down early, but instead, as Yelich was trying to score later in the inning, Dexter Fowler recovered a bobbled ball in center field and threw a bullet to Yadier Molina at the plate to cut down Yelich charging around third base. If you don't know, Ponce de Leon is a very intense competitor, so you know that fired him up. Let's go! Meanwhile, Molina kept on keeping on with his hot hitting at the plate, and batting sixth right now, he finds himself up with runners on base ahead of him more often than not. And it's a good thing because all those hits he's racking up, they count toward the actual team score, not just his personal stat line. And he drove in the first run of the game for the home team in the second inning. As will likely be the case with these two squads all season, things were tight, and they would stay tight all night long. The Cardinals' one-run lead vanished when Orlando Arcia hit a leadoff home run off of Ponce de Leon in the fifth, but then de Leon came back and struck out Yelich to end the inning. That was his sixth punch-out of the night for the starter, and it was also his last batter of the night. But all in all, a job very well done for Mr. Ponce de Leon. In the bottom of the inning, a Matt Carpenter stolen base gave Paul Goldschmidt a chance to break the 1-1 tie, which he did, driving in Carpenter with 2 outs in the inning. Then Paul DeJong doubled, and with 2 outs, it was once again Marcell Ozuna trying to add some insurance. But he flew out to center field. 2-1 Cardinals with 3 innings to play. But don't get too excited just yet. Everyone's favorite reliever, John Gant, replaced Ponce de Leon for the 6th and promptly served up his own solo homer to Travis Shaw. Remember that name. It'll come back up again in a moment. What is with all these solo homers? I mean, that could be concerning, but here's my take. Solo shots mean that the pitcher is going right after hitters, not messing around, trying to get them to get themselves out, and I'll take that any day. In the opening series with the Brewers in Milwaukee, Cardinals pitchers walked 15 Brewers hitters, and it at least looked like they were pitching hesitant, picking the corners, trying to get guys to swing at junk pitches to get themselves out. The solo homers are sort of annoying, but they're solo homers because the Cardinals aren't putting extra runners on base, and they're not pitching scared. I don't know, I guess I'll take that trade-off, especially with the offense putting up numbers like it has been as of late. Speaking of offense, the Cardinals went right back on top with a solo homer of their own, this time off of the bat of Paul DeJong in the 8th inning. And then Molina drove in yet another run as Jose Martinez scurried around from first base to score an insurance run. I love that guy. But let's talk about DeJong. I haven't really done it yet, and I think it's sort of because I keep expecting this torrid pace he's on to just sort of trail off and become a distant memory, but while it's going, I should talk about it. Through the first 2 series of the season, with Milwaukee and with Pittsburgh, DeJong had 6 hits, no walks, and 10 strikeouts. Sure, he had 2 homers and a double, but 10 strikeouts in 6 games. In the 17 games since then, he has 26 hits, 7 walks, 10 doubles, 3 homers, and only 9 strikeouts. His WRC plus has climbed to 169 if you're into the more complicated math problem versions of baseball stats. And his hard hit rate is up to 50%, and he's barreling 12% of the balls that he hits, which all just means he's hitting them basically as well as you can. The long and short of it is, fewer strikeouts, more contact, and better contact at that equals DeJong being exactly the kind of three-hole hitter that the Cardinals had hoped he'd be, and quite honestly, that I wasn't sure he could be. But he is, at least through the first month. So credit where credit is due. Now back to pitching. To tie it all together, Andrew Miller came in and pitched a clean inning that included a strikeout of the one and only Christian Yelich, and that is an excellent sign. Then Jordan Hicks made things a little bit interesting in the ninth when he gave up the second home run of the ninth to the aforementioned Travis Shaw. Then he walked Eric Thames, but a strikeout and a game-ending double play would close the book on Game 2, and that is the story of the Cardinals claiming the series over the Brewers with a 4-3 winner. But can they complete the sweep? That is the question that Paul DeJong and company will try to answer behind Adam Wainwright on the bump this evening. Now, there is rain in the forecast, so buckle in. We may get a little more data on my Wayno weather theory from a few days back. But for better or worse, let's do this again tomorrow, yeah? I'll see you then.